Hello, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. We're going to be playing some more observation duty today. I think what we're going to do is we're going to try to cycle through the levels each time we play and try to see the new stuff before we loop back and try some of the levels again. So we may miss some of the content in each level for the time being, but it'll keep things fresh. For now. Let's see. I'm finally trying to get the Twitch stream schedule going. Hopefully it will keep things working. My multi-streaming stuff broke. I'm sorry, my Twitch simul-stream stuff broke. So we're not streaming to Twitch today. It do be like that, sadly. I'll have to get that tool loaded again and get it configured. I did, Tass. I did. I actually got the announcement put out. But I did, like I said, I did have to modify it a bit to say, like, but not Twitch. Should be easy enough to fix, get the latest version of the multi-stream tool. But we are still doing vertical and wide format on YouTube simultaneously here, so hopefully folks can still find it. But yeah, observation duty. Let's switch over to that. Oh, look, Sammy and Sky up in the tree. They are, Donald, they are. Little sweethearts. Molly and Sherbet are playing off camera. They're near the play area, but we can't see them because they have cornered a little bell ball. It is fun that those two play. I have 6 cats, Donald. Now, thinking on that, let's see how many we can spot. So we have 2 up in the cat tree. Ember just left her spot. So I'm talking about you, yeah. Surprised that she didn't appear on the side camera. We've probably got some camera jams going. Wow, that was a delay. There was a real delay on that one. Hey there, all. So we can see, so there's Mason on the bed, Sammy and Sky up in the tree, and Ember there. Then the remaining 2 are near the water dish in the play area with the little air hockey table. Might be able to see Sherbet cross over shortly, but maybe not. It's variable. The best place to spot them is, let's see, which one are you viewing through? You're in tall format, so the upper left corner, there will usually be 1, if not 2. Very rarely 3. One of them will leave if they get that many squished in there. Or the bed, which would be for tall format, the lower left. There have been 3 on the regular there. I moved the blankets and what? Oh. Sherbet was crossing the play area, and then Molly flew in from off camera and tackled him. Yeah, Alt. I said I wouldn't be on Twitch. The software I use to stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time is broken right now, so we're falling back to the primary location. My cats so far are actually not the you must serve me kind. I have often what I refer to as orbital cats. They're all snugly in their own way and at their own times. Kind of in a range from Ember, who is on my shoulder right now, getting her back stroked. all the way down to Sherbet, who will let me stroke his back or scratch his back at arm's reach sometimes, but he's real flighty. And various levels in between as far as how much attention they want and when. But no, I'm surrounded by kitty cats. So for those that aren't familiar with the Observation Duty series, this is a spot the difference game. Much like my cat cameras, it is switching between cameras as things potentially change. So each time you look at a scene, you need to make sure that there's nothing different. Sometimes they're just objects moving, being duplicated, being removed. Periodically, there's what is a like an invader or an intruder, which is a creature that appears that you have to react to very quickly. There is some valid comparison with the Five Nights series. Some valid comparison. So last time we played on the apartment building, we got to encounter the Hag. Grandma half-court dunk. But we didn't see any other invaders there. Yeah, here we go. Multiple witnesses reports describe hearing noises from the basement, such as the sound of heavy-footed walking, screams and laughter resembling that of an elderly woman. Yeah, thinking on that, actually, the heavy-footed walking was the horseman, the raw-skinned thing that licked the camera. So there were two that we know of. There was a third, but it was an unnamed one. So it was just, miscellaneous creature, not a specific one. But we've got 4 more areas. Let's see how we do on Log Cabin. So hopefully... All right. Let's see here. A big part of this is just memorizing the areas. This reminds me of one in an earlier game. Pretty much everything you can see could be changed. So I will try to react to chat as it comes along, but there is also a lot of lock-in that can happen. So it may take me a moment to notice. But I will still try to stop and chat during all of this. At around 15 minutes is when we can expect to start to see things changing. Yeah, that spider web's going to have something. I refer to this as a self-gaslighting simulator because you'll start to doubt what you remember. That sort of, was that always there kind of thing? Alt posted a little video of one of the songs or of one of the little things in the Discord. Deltarune has been fully released now. And I love the games, especially the music of Toby Fox, but I will not play them on stream. The rights management company that they use is over-aggressive, especially given the statements of the author. And while they don't do strikes and similar on a lot of them, I do not accept claims on things that should not be claimed. Oh. Oh, that was rude. Well, we have signs of an intruder already. But that's the kind of thing we're looking for. Open doors, extra objects, objects that get moved. This being our first pass through, we are going to miss tons of stuff. This is not a game where we're concerned about backseating. If you feel like calling out things that you can see, feel free to do so. If you don't feel like doing that, that's fine too. So got mittens laid on the radiator, both to warm them and dry them. Little Geiger counter clicking there in the microwave. I feel relatively confident that we have one that's active that we haven't seen, and that we're hovering at around 2. You can have up to 3 active at a time, but the minute the 4th appears, you lose. So, the ideal is to be at 0, but if you can stay at 1 and 2, you're in good shape. I feel like something may have moved here. Like when I was looking at it, but I'm not certain. It may have just been that I blinked. We're definitely going to be able to see something through that door one of these times. As we noticed with the glowing rock in the microwave, there are audio cues for some of the things, so I do not have our regular music playing. We're probably going to get our flickering lights. Okay. It can serve you to brace yourself whenever you report an anomaly, just like with the door. One thing they added in 7 is that there will be some things that react to being clicked on. So as part of the report process, you generally click and hold. There are some that you report directly here. When you can't otherwise identify what is the source of it. There are some things that react as soon as you start clicking on them, or as soon as the report begins. There are things that appear immediately after a report. But still, one of the things that I think makes this game work is that you don't know when there's going to be something. It's a jump scare game, but it is aided in that regard by the need to focus. Like, you need to be paying attention to what's different in the environment. So you're really locked in. You're really looking there. So when there's something that moves or something that changes suddenly, that can create the jump scare, even when it's not just a monster that jumps out and, roars in your face kind of thing. And that's where I think it does a lot better than your Five Nights kind of games. Is that bread always sitting out? We're going to try extra. Perhaps it was. New medication is working for the cough currently. Don't know if it's a true solution, if it's a, it only works briefly kind of thing. But I'm coughing much less often. So positive signs. Oh, we just hit 3. So there are 3 things that are different, which we don't know what they are. If you lose, it tells you it tells you information about the 3 things that you missed prior to the 4th one. I doubt this is actually an extra object, but, we are going to get things like hamper closed, different numbers of buckets. I'm unfamiliar with that name there, Alt. The light in the kitchen. There was something that was added to the living room, and something was moved in the bedroom. To a living room, so one of these lights was wonky, or there was a third one. Something moved in here. I know some folks that have said that they like to listen to my stream in the background, that kind of thing. This all seemed fine. There's a lot of little things here. That's true of these games in general, is there are a lot of little things around. Yes, Alt. A fellow streamer, Donald, has tried to play this game periodically, and it continues to be an enigma to me why she would play this game, because this kind of game terrifies her. I actually started playing it again because I was mentioned when she was playing it that she didn't understand how I could play these games the way I do. So I played it again and was reminded why I like this series. Anybody ever seen the movie Cabin in the Woods? I really liked that movie. taking the standard slasher movie tropes and turning it into some sort of like organized ritual. I have not tried 3D animation, like doing 3D animations. All closest I've gotten to is 2D sprite animation. That was not a full-on femur before. Yeah, there was a little rawhide bone there. I have wanted to dabble in 3D rendering, like just still frame Blender kind of stuff, because I want to try to actually do something with 3D printing. I need to set up an extra light, but I do want to be able to play these games in the dark. The facial tracking is inhibited. These are different covers. The facial tracking gets messed up if it's too dark, so I would need a little bit of extra light near me. Welcome back, Ember. Ember generally recognizes the name of other cats, or what it sounds like for me to call a cat over to me. Because if the other cat doesn't react fast enough, she will zip in order to claim attention before they can. I think... Is that buckle always on the other side there? Maybe that's what moved in here. No, this was lights. Okay. Or was lights in the kitchen? Oh, man. That's that self-gaslighting thing going on. That's pretty much how it goes there, Tass. One of the best is the conflict between Ember and Sammy. Sammy, not as frequently as Ember, but Sammy does like to come and sit on my lap. And Ember likes to sit on my shoulder, but when Sammy is walking down onto my lap, she will tend to bump into Ember, and neither of them wants to give up their spot. But Ember in particular doesn't like the other cats touching her. So something moved in here was one of our failure states. Sometimes they're big, obvious things like the door. Sometimes they're subtle things like the buckets being swapped, There's definitely going to be something creeping in the trees. Or like shadows here. That's got to be a thing eventually. A lot of like throw rugs and whatnot around. There's definitely something active already. We're probably verging on 2 things active already. Oh. Yep. In the yard. This is an abyss, a slowly expanding blob of darkness. You cannot directly report it. It's a game over state if you don't report it fast enough. Well, given that we didn't get a warning about 3, that was probably one of 2. Is it always so grubby there, that ashtray? Perhaps so. You know, wasn't looking, but that is a... Yeah. That bottle wasn't there. It's a very vibrantly colored bottle that I don't recall having been there. Excuse me. Oh. Say, oh man, this stuff that I'm taking seems to be improving the coughing. Hack, cough, ow. Body's like, that's what you get. There are also just a large variety of things that can change. Some of the prior ones, you could start to get a rhythm for everything that could change more quickly. This one seems to have a much larger pool of stuff that it randomizes through each time you play it. We've made it to 2, but we've got to be, or 2 o'clock, but we've got to be approaching 3 objects. Come on now. Yep, there's our third one. So as of right now, oh, there's that rock again. So with that message popping up, this is the third one. There are 2 others that are active. Is that picture always that? It apparently was. Ember is just squirming around here. is different. The third is probably back by now. We're definitely going to see stuff peeking in the windows at some point. Is the couch always that kind of couch? Man. Something moved in the bathroom, there was something extra in the living room, and something was moved in the kitchen. We haven't gotten a lot out here. That's going to throw us eventually. There's a, I can't remember what kind of dog that is. Generally, like, lightly curly hair, big floppy ears. Is that a type of beagle? It's not going to be a... Hello, Daniel. Welcome. We are playing our Spooky Spot the Difference game. Badly. There's already one, but we haven't found it. This is I'm on observation duty 7. They have produced a lot of these games, and it's not just that they're just cranking out variations. They have progressively improved the quality. General gimmick being identifying anything that has changed and to call out what changed about it. So the cover of these magazines is different. Covers. So we hold click on it. We say it was a change to an image. We have a different cover there. There is, for whatever reason, this map isn't clicking with me as fast. An abyssal storm? Apparently that's what an abyssal storm is. That's the reason I don't have the music playing is I could hear a weird humming inside. There seem to be the same. Got to 1 o'clock pretty frequently, but not making a lot of headway. The radio should not be doing that. Okay, that's a special one. Strange broadcast. Anytime there's a special option at the bottom and you notice it, that's usually the right option. Well, we've had a couple of very apparent ones. I feel like there must be a subtle one that we have overlooked. One of the reasons it can be good to play this game in the dark is to avoid glare on a screen so that you don't have to, so that it's less likely that you'll miss something. Old school pepper grinder there. Big old boxy one. Pictures, green vase, stuff on shelf. Basket of chopped firewood. Oh, fun thing. The clock is accurate. It's about 1:30. It matches in-game time. Oh, objects moved. Toaster was on the right, bread box was on the left. Okay, there's 2 others active right now. We have obtained the 3 warning. Ah. What are you doing to that bed, sir? That is the red man. He is one that occurs across multiple of the levels. We have seen him in the sauna and the spa trying to get into the apartment building, and now, let's say, writhing on the bed. Perhaps gyrating. What else? Let's throw rugs. Paintings. Was that the shadow of a face? Apparently not. Text, I know you. Response, you are mine. What is the reaction? Surely nothing will go wrong. The anomalies that imply that there is awareness of you watching are always fun. Like, when you report the red man, he will always look at the camera and start a kill sequence. Well, that's revealed another thing that can appear in the yard, is that text. Waiting for that doggo picture to change. Is that? I think that was there. What we have occurring right now is what I'll call thrashing, where you think something's wrong, you think something's missing, so you start thinking that other things are wrong when they aren't. So you start doing extra reports, but reports take time. There is something here. Are you sure? Yeah. Are you really sure? Yep, yep. Okay, that's a new guy. That was mild like rye pudding. Meet the competitor. He is one of the you have to react accordingly or appropriately intruders. The report on him was very slow and it kept doing pop-ups. So it takes extra time to report him and you can't look away during it. The spa had the strange creature at the desk which would quiz you on stuff. The apartment has the return of Huge Man, and you can't click on him. If you try to click on him 3 times, you lose. He breaks the camera. So I think you have to use a room report on him. covering more ground, but okay, sauna. I think the studio that makes this is Northern European. So we will get things that are kind of references to that or language relevant to that. I think somebody told me that there was some text or speech out of an intercom that was Finnish or something like that. Something moved in the bathroom, something was removed from the bedroom, and there was an extra object in the living room. Neat. We're going to take our break right now. I will be back in just a moment. And I returned. Hello, First Order. Welcome. Beverage. You are really needy today, Ember. She wants snuggles and back scratches and all the attention. Well, come here then. Come here. Or not, okay. Or not. You be wriggling. Wriggling. No, Forsaken. Yeah. I acknowledge you, Ember. I do. Quit biting. The table next to me, one of the cameras, is covered in a canvas tarp, kind of thing that you might use for, cutting up to make furniture, like wraps for cushions, putting down for painting, that kind of thing. But the reason it's there is that it has a nice coarse texture. All right, once more into the breach here. See if we can hit 3 p.m. this time. Or further. I know we were close to 3 last time, at least. If I set up a very small light somewhere here. I could turn the lights down in the room without wrecking tracking. We'll have to see. Okay, first anomalies should start appearing soon. Soon. I will say this frequently during it. If you're popping in and you don't know what this game is about, we are trying to spot differences in the scenes based on what we can see through these cameras. If we spot a difference, we have to report it either as the room in general or by pointing at where the change happened and declaring what that change was. Like, is there a dead body? Is something messing with a door? Is there a creepy guy skiing down the road very slowly? Waiting for more to happen in here. We haven't had much of anything in the entryway. See if we can suppress the cough a little more. Sometimes the things are subtle, sometimes they're real obvious. Forget. We'll keep that on. We will... There we go. Should still be able to hear audio cues this way. But I like my music. That picture has got to be changeable. Wow. Wow, we're failing hard this time. And we're gonna lose right around 1 o'clock. Much fail. I think this is normally here, but gotta take a stab at something. Wow. Nothing. We did nothing. You gotta pay more attention to the bathroom and kitchen. And something moved in the yard. Okay. It'd have to be, like, right in this area. If I... Okay. Oh. The towel moved. This towel was moved 1 peg to the right. Like, I suspect we can get stuff like the shovel and the large kind of hand plow there can swap places. This door opening, those paintings changing, contents of the coat rack. Right. Inappropriate buckets. Less of a creepy cabin and more of a naughty cabin at this rate. Or if the pillows will get shuffled. I think these are skis and ski poles there. I wonder if they're not present when the skiing guy is active. Oh no. What we got? Come on. Well, we at least got one this time. It's the text in the snow. There are people that like this kind of thing for a vacation, this kind of place, and that just doesn't scan with me. Mostly, you know, the facilities are very limited. There are usually going to be things about the place that are like you're prone to poor insulation, you're prone to you know, wildlife getting into it, cramped spaces, things like internet and whatnot. All of them uncertain or limited. There's got to be one or two that are active that are unidentified right now. Abyss in the yard. It scrambles the location. When that happens, you need to properly identify the location. Any non-targeted reports require you to identify the location. And there are a lot of them that this part of the screen, that gets scrambled, so you have to remember what that area is. Given that we didn't get a warning, it was probably a second one, so... we're not in the worst shape right now. The outer edge of the logs here still looks like a person leaning into me. Hands are lined up. Skis. Rack seems okay. Boots are there. Two things: mittens, suitcase, paint, pictures, stuff up there, stool in corner. A dog bed with rawhide bone, greenish carpet, seat, couch, rocking chair, radio, TV, 2 lamps. Box. Graph of some kind or picture. Picture. There's our third. This picture changed. Normally a lady in an old-timey outfit. So that's likely our third there, unless I've been overlooking that. It's always on the right side. I think it was on the right side. Yeah. That's still there. That's still there. Odd, a little nuance. We're frequently getting to about 2, but that's another 3. Doggo picture there. That seems right. So it was ashtray then bottle, or was it bottle then ashtray? Ashtray then bottle. It's lined up. It's lined up. Pictures. It's another 3. It was normally a red bottle. Here. I think that was always that thing, but I don't know what that is, but some sort of implement. So is that colorful carpet in the kitchen? Apparently so. Every now and then they give you slight camera distortion, a little bit of flicker or static. Too bad. What did we miss? Something extra in the living room, something moved in the kitchen, and something was removed from the yard. Tricky. So far, we've gotten little to nothing in the entry. The doily here, the little lace work, that was extra. All right, that's things I've seen multiple times. What moved in here? That could have swapped places and I wouldn't have noticed. Okay. So again, something was missing here, and we missed it. Abyssal Storm. Little shadow particles blowing by. And okay. Seems fine. Those curtain door icicles. Skis. Making sure there wasn't any of that text there. There. Seems okay. It's normally like a green jar that looks like a thing in a transparent jar. There we go. Okay. And apologies if I am not, if I miss something in chat, I will try to notice as I make the visual sweep, but there's never been a door anomaly in there. We've definitely seen them like that. Extra object. Strange turquoise bottle. down, left side, right side, middle, blue, black, red, open. There, bucket there. Now shovel, skis. Circular thing, bluish thing, more skis. Spider web. Red, greenish, blue. 2, 1 basket. And boots, 2 things. Dog, 2 lamps. Ashtray, bottle, trunk. Toaster, bread, full sink. Skillet, 2 pots. Sun right, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 1, 2. Sometimes it's useful just to memorize the shape of things. The general look of a room. So that it's less about particular things and more about just noticing a break in the pattern. Which can let you home in later, but we are missing at least 1 to 2 things. Clock changed. The number on the clock ticked over and made it look like something moved just as I clicked away. This is definitely tough. Frosted glass. First one that happened in here. Strange broadcast. Which means we're down to 0 or 1 with that cleared. Getting 4 is an immediate lose condition. If you have 3 for long enough, it will give you a warning. But it doesn't seem immediately upon getting 3 you get the warning. Chair moved, rotated 90 degrees. It's normally facing down and right here. In the cat tree currently is Molly in front and Sky behind there. Aside from Sherbet's little house by the window, Molly will sit in any of the other cat spots. She will hang out anywhere. Lamps. Always a brick wall. Weird. Fine. Pictures seem fine. Towels, buckets, bottles. Wood stool. Always the rug. Is it always colored like that or patterned like that? Yes, it was. Bread box, bread toaster. 3, 2. Have fun there, sir. Gyrating on the bed. Red guy is always kind of awful. Thought I saw something there. Pictures seem right. Magazines, position of pillows, things. Or not be something like one of the trees goes missing. Like, I guess this one would be understandable since it's front and center with a distinct shadow, but still. Alright, we just hit 3. We have been at 3 for long enough. There are a couple of them that are still subtle enough that I'm not catching on to what they look like. Losing seems imminent at this point, so speak of. Something was added to the entryway. Something moved in the kitchen. There was something added to the living room. Ah, so tricky. So tricky. Step away real quickly. Be right back. See if camera 1 can actually... There we go. There's Ember. What was added in here? It had to be over on this side. There was something in here as well. Pretty good idea, the shape of the bedroom. Similarly with the bathroom, but... It's got to be eventually like writing on the bathroom mirror, you know? We'll see. A little slower. We don't have to cycle as fast as we have been. This light is on. The lantern is normally not on. It even adjusts the shadow that the shadows around the lantern are changed accordingly. The light in this room has got to be on the ceiling up in this region. Well, hanging above this region. Eventually, something's got to be either in the mirror or written on the mirror. Text. Well, we've knocked out a couple right away. This is good. Here. Nothing I can see. Or nothing I notice. The toaster and the bread box have swapped. There is always a good deal of eventually understanding what are some of the things that change and spotting them when they happen. It's not surefire that you see it, but you know, it's not sure that you'll actually notice it even if you've seen it before. But it's another one of those shapes that your mind may remember. It may not be in a very particular way that, or instance that you're good at it, but, you know, the mind is pretty good at pattern recognition. Is the why behind seeing shapes and clouds and the like. Feel like we're missing one now. If not two. We had a good start. And now it feels like we have stumbled. Which is unfortunate. Oh. The dude in the snow. Dead body. Very the end of The Shining, you know? Okay. Alright, well. Probably puts us back to 1 or 2. Or if there can be a third cushion on the couch, you know? It's like, I wonder if there can be extra pillows, or that the beds will be made one of the times. You know, maybe Redman will be nice to us and make the bed instead of violating it. It's the Abyssal Storm. Objects still seem to be accounted for. Love the off-kilter cabinetry. Tables and buckets and bottles seem fine. The implements here seem fine. Rocking chair is subtly moving. Just a little bit. Just a little. A smidge. Lights. It'll be 0 or 2, 0 or 1. Most likely 1. Skiing dude, all the thingies seem present. Present and in the right spot. Lights, TV and radio. Might just be a small TV, but seemed to be an old-timey radio. Big chunky thing with the dial being most of the front face. Those, the rugs, chair. We're going to be watching Games Fest. I was planned to be watching Games Fest with Okami Sky, one of our other streamer friends. It'll be interesting to see what we find out, what new stuff might be there. Plan is to watch at least the... Yes, tomorrow. This is the plan. Watch at least the main thing and then go from there. And cue the hand. I love that door slam. That is not a named intruder, though. That is just a generalized one. Extra thing behind that. There's none. Okay. Just absorb that detail. Either missing or replacement up there. Yeah, there were two other cans in front of that. That's one that we've missed before. That is one that we've overlooked. We're learning. This image is wrong. Oh, you're a creepy little guy. It's like a hollow-eyed garden gnome. It's like the withered body of a garden gnome, you know? Still seems correct here. 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 That, those. Frosted glass. Would seem. There. Seems okay, as are those. It's okay, and that's okay. Pictures, pillows, magazines. Picture lamp, jar. Picture book, manuscript, maybe typewriter. Up, down, right, left, middle. Not fornicating. It's gotta be a pair of blue skis. That's what that's gotta be. Anything obviously wrong? Anything? It always opened as much? I thought only these two were ajar. There we go. Subtle. Subtle ones can be fun. Is that how close attention are you paying, you know? Say anything lest I curse the run. Oh. Law of the Hammer, Meet the Passenger. So that guy was in one of the earlier games on the subway train. Doing the same thing, bashing his head against a window. I like that it makes us do a CAPTCHA test. That was a name. That was another named intruder. Nice, nice. Four o'clock. New record, I think. Mayhaps. Seems correct out here. Is that the same? It isn't. It looked close. Surprised we haven't seen the doggo picture change yet. It's a very prominent image, and because of that, it could easily fade. Like, just the fact that there is a picture there is what you remember, and not the fact that there's a dog. Oh, is cute pupper. All right, we just hit our 3. Not too surprising. That does mean we should spot something soon. Looks similar. Hey there, Boom. Oh, welcome. That was... Still have 2 to find. Still have 2 to find. We are close, but... we have not much time to survive. We also don't have a lot of time to inspect. Extra object. Doily isn't normally there. Race mat, or whatever you call it when it's a big one. That one's supposed to be there. Just scraping by. Scraping by. They're trying to spot the differences. Sometimes I gotta lean forward to look and see. Yeah. Are there normally doors on the TV stand there? No, we're about to lose. Failure imminent. There it is. Alright, what was it? Oh, we got 16 of them. There was a gigantic spider in the upper left corner. Something was removed from the living room, and the bathroom was missing. Okay. Oh no, it was a spider in the bedroom. Interesting. So you'd think a spider would appear up there with the webbing. But apparently not. I wonder where it was. I wonder where in here it was. And this room went missing. If the camera malfunctions, it won't switch to that room. It'll just skip it. We've caught some extra things. We've seen some new ones. Or we've caught some that we haven't caught before. Let's see. I am. A little bit of the right side of the screen. Like there is a picture behind my ear. Makes it hard mode for you guys. Mayhap I will need to adjust my scale at some point. Not be a terrible thing if I ever get my act together on my videos again. We should have already found one. Ah, there's another web over here. Hard to tell, though. Blue teacup. See if we can spot that on the way back around. This one should have been there. Just double check. Yeah, I think these... So it should be box, picture books, cup, lantern, tray, then plate, other cup. Just like 3, 2 with 1 behind, 2 boxes. You know, box, jar, grinder, jar. Dings. Feel like there's got to be something that shows up in that sauna there. Wow. Hard fail. Just hard fail. So, you can just see the edge of it. There's a shower head there. don't know if we'll get this in time. With 3 active for this long, sometimes you'll fail during the report. Towel. Nope. Nope. Missed. I do appreciate that they're relatively generous with the hitboxes for the targets. You don't have to be precise. Just have to be on target. Yeah, you can see a pot for water. You can see a ladle to spread it over the spread the water over the coals. Definitely sauna. A dead body. Corpse in lump of snow, you know. There was missing glass paneling in the living room on the TV stand. It's really hard to see anything up there, but I feel like that's got to be where the huge spider was. Extra bucket. 2 stacked instead of just the 1. Okay, well, it's not a total rout here. We've already gotten our 3 warning. There should be 2 things on the shelves above the kitchen sink. Silver thing in a tray, yeah. Books or whatever on the microwave. Microwave tilted into the left. 2 pots and a skillet. Those on the shelves there. Bread box, books, bread, toaster. I can't tell what that thing is, but there should be a thing there. A abyssal storm in the yard. We've had extra object in here, but I don't know what it would have been. Yeah, it's almost like there's shadow particles blowing by and the light dims as it goes. Playing those, okay. No text. Jar broke. I'm gonna say manipulation. The object is still there, but it has been altered. So instead of it just being gone, it was smashed on the floor, being the difference between movement, manipulation, and missing, you know? If it were intact on the floor, it would have just moved. That. I keep checking that corner now. Since that is a special prompt, you need to... It's either a report prompt or it is a special click prompt. Shelving, countertop, tabletop. Pictures. Oh, there's the man in the jar there instead. Little humanoid figure in a clear jar. Instead of that weird kind of turquoise glass or pottery. It is very subtle. Hey there, Laura. We haven't seen the water tubs going at it again yet. Added bonus that they seemed shocked to be found out when you report it. That magazine cover is different. These two water tubs can have a good time now and again. Text. The things seem missing. No freaky gnome. No dude. Corpse we already found tonight. His boots, two things, suitcase. The intruders seem rarer in the game, but they're relatively intense. Red guy being very frequent, but also kind of tame, like he's real obvious, and there's nothing special about the report. Like nothing tricky about it. There was a green bottle on the table there. Yep. Yep. Something had been moved in the kitchen. Something had been altered in the living room. And then the extra bottle. I'm gonna do a quick couple checks here. Yeah, definitely didn't see a thing in that regard. Okay. All right. I think we're going to wrap up here, folks. We'll make that our last run. Next time, we're going to hop to the next area. It will be the gas station. We'll see how that do. And eventually, we'll circle back around. If I recall, we've completed the spa. Not 100% certain, but I think we've completed the spa. But we haven't finished apartment log cabin. But I want to see some new ones as we go along. So at least once or twice a week, I want to hit this game, and we'll see how we do. But yes, that's where we'll wrap up today. Stream for tomorrow is planned to be a Games Fest view along and some chat. So however long we go with that one, ideally we'll be doing that with Okami Sky, but if that doesn't work out or if schedule changes, I still plan on doing that. We shall see. Then Saturday, we're going to be doing some more 100 line, and Sunday, I am going to be doing some more coding. The plan there is to get alternate file loading in place so that we can have fewer configuration files to mess with. I think I have a pattern kind of mapped out for it, but it has not yet been implemented. Part of doing the stream is we need to get that back on the stream. It helps me get anything done, getting those on the stream. So we'll be figuring out how to weave more stuff into our schedule. But with that said, I hope everybody had a good time tonight. If you like what you saw and would like to see more, remember to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think so that I can adjust the schedule accordingly in future weeks. And it does help the channel grow. If you'd like to consider financially supporting the channel, you can do so through subscriptions, memberships, Patreon, Coffee, and Throne. Links in the descriptions and bios. Now, I messed up my transition, but oh, I hope the rest of your day is good, folks, and I'll see you next time.